Welcome to Hot to Trot. This is not your normal horse racing podcast. My name's Ashley Eisenbiel.
And I'm Dawnelle Locke, and we're your hosts for Hot to Trot.
Welcome, everyone, and this is a very special episode today of Hot to Trot. We are going solo. We're riding solo, Dawnelle.
Yeah, no special guest today. You just get the two of us, but I think you're going to have fun with us. It's a good episode.
I think you get to learn a lot more about us. Personal life, racing, dreams, embarrassing moments. All the great dish.
It's the best.
Well, let's get into it then. All right, Dawnelle, I got a really good hot seat question for you.
Oh, I can't wait to hear it.
Pepsi or Coke?
Coke. I absolutely hate Pepsi, but I'm not a soda person. The only time I like soda is if it's straight from McDonald's fountain, and it has to be McDonald's. It's crispy, just crispier from McDonald's. Other than that, I don't like soda.
I do like a good fountain soda. I love soda. I have to have a soda a day.
Pepsi or Coke?
It's Coke, and it's Coke vanilla. I love Coke vanilla. I love it. It's mine. Like everybody knows, don't drink mom's Coke vanilla.
Oh, yeah. See? No, has to be fountain. I like Dr. Pepper once in a while, but I just, I don't know. I drink water and coffee, and not even a lot of coffee.
You drink water. No wonder your skin looks so good.
No, it's really horrible under this makeup, but I do like water.
I don't like water. It's always so like bland. So no, I know I gotta drink it.
Gotta survive. Gotta stay hydrated.
Important, but I don't reach for the water. I reach for some wine.
I used to love wine.
Yeah, you don't even drink anymore, so you're...
No.
What is your guilty pleasure then? Like food drink wise, what do you go for?
Any food. I love food. I'm not picky at all. I'll eat anything.
Wow.
Why? What's your go-to? If you're dying, what are you eating?
If I'm dying, what am I eating? Potato chips.
That's your last meal?
I like plain potato chips too. Like I don't need salt and vinegar. I don't need any of that. I want potato chips.
What dip?
Oh yeah, I like French onion dip. That's good.
Yeah, I like chips and dip. I like all chips. My aunt used to call me a junk food junkie. I like junk food.
Confession. I bought cookie dough, like sugar cookie dough, and I was going to make cookies with Wyatt, and I bought Dolly Parton's like buttercream icing. You can buy Dolly Parton's icing now at the grocery store. I thought we would make cookies, and by day 4, I ate the whole entire roll of cookie dough.
That's okay. It's fine.
It's fine. I was losing weight.
You have to have some snacks in there, you know? Can't be healthy all the time.
Yeah, I don't know what led me down that path, but I just like started with like a little sliver. You know, you just take the knife and you like cut the littlest sliver off and you're like, I'm just going to taste it.
Just a nip.
Nope. I was cutting them things like pieces of soap bars. I was like, give me a half. I loved it. It's all right. I'll do some extra, workouts this week.
There you go. Do 10 extra sit-ups. You'll be fine.
I don't do sit-ups. That's for people that want to be fit. I might like plank for a minute.
Oh, see, there you go. Perfect.
The sit-up thing is way too much work. I'm not doing all of that.
I always want abs, so I like sit-ups. The thing I hate the most, but it gets you the best results, are burpees. They are torturous, but my body looks so good when I do burpees.
I like weightlifting. Like I had a trainer for a hot minute and I was doing the weightlifting and I was like, I don't like running. I don't like getting out of breath. I don't like getting on the Peloton bike. I don't do that. That's horrible. We do have a rope. I do like doing the rope.
Oh yeah, the rope's fun.
The heavy rope that you like beat to the ground. I think I get to take some aggression out. So I feel like that's one of the main things I like doing now.
Yeah, I like to work out. It clears your head. I would do better with a buddy like Heather Wilder and I used to always work out together, and she would push you, and that's what I need. I need someone to push me, and she'd plan the workout for me. So she's like a personal trainer.
I had a personal trainer. I liked it. It was during COVID. But then I was like, ugh, not doing it anymore.
It's fine. Live your life.
I'm married for like almost, wait, we were married 18 years this year. So, like, come on, we're going on 20 years together. I'm soft in all the right places.
There you go. That's body positivity. It doesn't matter.
I am who I am. I want to eat my cookie dough and then I'll plank for a minute and then I'll be like, oh, I worked it off.
I can eat more. I can eat more now.
Oh, well, I really wanted to ask you the Coke Pepsi question because Jalen is a very big, like, I found out Coke snob. If you try to serve her anything that is Pepsi product, she will like, how dare you?
Oh, yeah.
So,
I get offended when people are like, is Pepsi okay? Or like, if I want a Sprite and they're like, is Sierra Mist okay? Absolutely not. No, it's not okay. I'll take a water now. Forget it.
well, when you go to the grocery store, Pepsi is like significantly cheaper than Coke.
There's a reason, because it sucks.
Hey, we are not getting sponsored by Pepsi now.
I'm just kidding, Pepsi. If you want to put me in a commercial, I will say anything.
I had Pepsi from when we had the event, the educational event, and I got it from Sam's Club but it was like $4 cheaper for 36 cans than Pepsi or from Coke. So I got the Pepsi. And Jalen, the looks, the
Offended.
stares. How could I? I was like, good Lord, I'm not trying to give you like the Walmart pop.
I don't know. You do buy us some bad drinks. Like, you bought us yellow Gatorade. I don't even like Gatorade, but I definitely don't like yellow. And that's all we had. I was like, I have to drink this or I'm going to die. I'm going to dehydrate and die. This is the only option. Yeah, you're not in charge of drinks anymore. You suck. You're with Pepsi.
I'm not buying anything else for you guys or me. I like the yellow Gatorade.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
I'm done. I'm not in charge of snacks anymore.
I love snacks. I'm a snack expert, so I will buy them.
All right, we're gonna leave you in charge. You and Jalen can figure that out. I'm retiring. It's not my job anymore.
Deal.
I'm just gonna go get my runt clusters because I get the runts.
Those are good.
That's me. That's my go-to at the gas station. If we're going on a trip, I gotta have a bag of those. They're my faves.
Oh, I like Gushers right now. Gushers are my thing. But I get on kicks. I like crave something and I eat a ton of it and then I don't like it again.
I get like that too, but now I want runts. It's like traveling season again. So when it gets warm and we start moving a lot, I start craving like the candies. You know what I had the other day and I picked some up? The Peachios. Peachios?
Peach rings?
Yeah.
What did you call them?
I called them Peachios.
No, peach rings.
Oh, they're Peachios. That sounds cuter.
I mean, it's cute. They could maybe do some marketing with that.
Peachios.
They're so fake tasting though. Like they taste like artificial flavoring.
I may have a thing for artificial flavoring. It might be why I'm a little off.
You like them chemicals?
I like them chemical tastes. That might be why Ashley has such severe ADHD.
It's fine. Just eat some more chemicals. You'll be fine.
I love that, color red.
No one's supposed to have the color red. That's very bad.
I know, but you gotta think those have to be in Takis. Do you eat Takis?
No. Flamin' Hot Cheetos. I ate Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
I don't eat any of that. My kids love Takis.
No, I don't like those.
I like regular Cheetos and regular Doritos.
I don't love Doritos, but regular Cheetos are okay, but Flamin' Hot is where it's at. I like a little spice.
I just like my regular old potato chips.
I do. I like chips, but I like salt and vinegar. I like a little dip.
My favorite are Utz with the little crinkles, not the big crinkles.
Oh, wow, you're real picky.
I am, because they pick up the dip better with the little...
Makes sense then.
But the big waves, no. Like, if you bite the big wave one, like the ripple ones, you can, like, cut the top of your mouth. I've had that happen when you're a little too zealous and you're like, I gotta eat that chip, quick.
Well, what a struggle. Good God.
I know. I live close to the factory. We're right there in Hanover. Not
Did
too
you
far
work
away.
there part-time?
No, absolutely not. You would not want me in a hairnet handling things in that world. I like
Yeah.
too many shiny things. I get too distracted. Your chips would be half full. You might have find a surprise in there. I might just throw like a Jolly Rancher in one.
That's a nice surprise.
I'd get funny with myself. They would fire me instantly. I could never work on an assembly line thing. I'd be watching horse racing on my phone, not watching things go
There go
in
the chips.
correctly. There goes the chips. They're not sealed. There's no sticker. That was Ashley's line.
Total
Very few
toss.
things. Yep. Very few jobs I would probably excel at. And definitely not being able to do any kind of chip factory, food factory, assembly line. Headspace is not there. Don't have me package things for you. Half the stuff will be missing.
I've worked in food. I didn't like it.
I was a great waitress. I'm a good waitress. I was a
No.
bartender. I'm good at that. You can be nutty and do those things. But I'm the person that like buys Christmas gifts like in the summer and goes and hides them
You don't
and,
remember where.
and don't know where they are. And then like I'll find them. I'm like, oh, that doesn't fit anymore. You bought that 3 years ago. He was 7 then. He's 10 now. Oops.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm still looking for my sister-in-law's gift. I'd have no idea where I put it. I didn't even hide it, so I just don't know. Maybe the dog ate it. We'll blame them. I didn't lose it.
You didn't lose it. Well, I lost it. I lost a lot of things. I've lost a lot of things. Like, Rob doesn't buy me sunglasses anymore. I can only get freebies.
Sunglasses are a hard one. They're just, I left a few Ray-Bans and I used to do catch paddocks. And the one time I left a pair of Ray-Bans in the paddock bucket with someone that was from Jersey. And I never saw my sunglasses again.
I left my Ray-Bans at the Meadows on Adios. Literally left them in the bathroom as I was changing because I had to drive home and I didn't want to be in a dress.
I wish I would have found them. I would have kept them.
Someone found them. Within 30 minutes, they were gone because I ran running back and was asking people, did you see? Gone.
Oh, yeah, you'll never see them again. Once they're left there, gone forever.
Rob said that was the last time he was ever going to buy me sunglasses. He was done.
You ruined it. Good job.
I know. Okay. One thing you love about the racetrack, one thing you hate about the racetrack.
Well, one thing I love about the horses, or about the
racetrack. It's hard.
The one thing I love about the racetrack is the horses, though. I like to go be around the horses. I do enjoy, like I went last Saturday to the Meadows and one of the gamblers came up to me and was like, hey, I played all your picks today. Like, it's fun talking to people that are just when we work at home, sometimes it's like all I have to do is talk to the dogs all day. So when you go out to the track, like I like talking to people, especially about horse racing. It's my favorite subject and I can talk the most about it. So that's my favorite thing, I guess. The horses and the people to talk to. I talk to the horses too. So
what's your least favorite thing at the racetrack?
I guess for me, sometimes it's the time in between. Like, I don't like a long drag. And I know some people love it. It's good for a gambler to get their bets in and stuff, but I don't love it. I like action. So the leeway time isn't always it for me.
I get that.
What about you?
So the thing I love the most about the racetrack is the people. I like going out and sitting on the benches on the apron and just shooting up a conversation with a random person.
Yep.
I like that. That's always been me from day one. I like hanging out with older gentlemen, more the aged ones. If they have Velcro shoes and a walker with some tennis balls and a little packed lunch, they're for me.
That is the companion for Ashley. She's dating her dream man.
If they're wearing suspenders, I'm on you. Like a torpedo. I'm going to find you. So I love those guys. They usually have snacks in those bags. They're usually sugar-free cookies that their wife packed them. I appreciate it. So I like those guys. I like talking to them. I like hearing their war stories. I like hearing how it used to be. I love all that.
Oh, yes.
What I don't like, I do get what you're saying about the drag between races. I bet on my phone, but I also really love being able to cash a ticket. Plus, it's
Hmm.
also a way I can keep it away from the husband. There's no like trail. So I just, I hate going up to the self teller machines and they're all different at different tracks. And I get so messed up. And I'm like, taking too long and everyone's like huffing and
Hmm.
puffing behind me and like there's no tellers anymore, there's barely any at teller, so I don't want to go to the teller. I want to do the self-service machine, but then it's like I got to remember what track I'm at to get acclimated with the
You
machine.
get flustered.
And I get flustered and I got these guys behind me like huffing and puffing.
Are you done yet?
I don't come to this track every day like you. I wish I did. Can you
Yeah,
stop? Do you want? Can you just put it in for me?
exactly. Gamblers get serious, so you can't hold up their time. When they're trying to make a bet, move it along, or you're going to face some consequences.
But I'm sorry, I have to like I go to all these different racetracks and all the tilt machines are different. So yeah, the ones at Pocono are like brand new. That took me
Mhm.
like 3 minutes, I swear, to figure out where I was on it.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, I should just put it on my phone. But then Rob can see.
It's fun when you're at the track to make the bet, though. I don't love being on my phone. I like to experience it in person and do it.
I like to get the cash.
Yeah, that's the fun part.
And I hate it. I love that part of it. Okay. What celebrity would you marry?
Oh my god, I don't know. Who do I love right now?
You're a fickle one.
I I just don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Recently I've been watching Chris Hemsworth his interviews and for some reason they're so funny. And I do love Thor because I'm a Marvel girl. So I would go with Chris Hemsworth right now. If you ask me in a month, it'll change. But right now, that's who I'd like to marry. He's funny.
That's that's it. All right.
Yeah.
I like it. All right.
Who are
Hit
you
me
gonna
up.
marry?
Who am I gonna marry? I don't know. I've been married so long, like I don't even look at guys as guys anymore. I don't know. Okay, I'll do like my childhood one. Dawson's Creek, I would have married Pacey. I was obsessed with Pacey.
My sister watched that show, but I don't remember who that is.
Yeah, I'm so much older than you. I would marry Pacey.
Oh my God. What is the weirdest food combination that you try?
Rob gets grossed out when I smush up potato chips and put them on my ice cream.
Oh, I like that. Salty and sweet. I like a little
Hmm.
crunch.
He doesn't like that. What is yours?
I have two. I'm a really weird food person. I have actually, I disgust people. I have a lot. First, I love peanut butter and pickle sandwiches. Take a seat. I got a few. Peanut butter and pickle sandwiches. Corn dogs with marshmallow fluff. Love that. So good. 10 out of 10.
How
Yeah.
did you even come upon that?
You know what? When I was in college, we had this hot dog place, and you could get anything you wanted on your hot dogs and corn dogs. And I love marshmallow fluff. I love corn dogs. Put them together, better than ketchup. Swear.
God.
I want you to go try it after this. Your life will change forever.
I'm going to go to Sam's Club.
And then my last one would probably be like flaming hot Cheetos and pickles. If you eat them together, pickles are just good with anything. Who am I kidding? So good.
I love you. You're very quirky. And the scary thing is, if you ever get pregnant, I really want you to have a journal so you can write down all the weird things you eat.
I'd be disturbed by because my cravings are weird now. Like I just love food though. So I think that's my thing. I just love food. It doesn't matter. Nothing disgusts me. I'll eat anything.
With Aiden, I craved Italian subs and I hated lunch meat. Like I
Yeah.
never ate lunch meat before, but then I was pregnant and I wanted to eat Italian subs. And you're not supposed to eat lunch meat when you're pregnant. But I'm telling you, I house some Italian subs.
And he turned out fine, so it's fine.
He's big. He's a big boy. With Wyatt, I craved artificial banana flavoring. So like
Ew.
banana snowballs, or no, like those runts, like where you get like the candy runts, and
Yeah.
there's like I only wanted the bananas. I
That's
wanted
an odd craving.
artificial banana gravy. It was weird. It was weird.
What was your dream job growing up and when did it change?
Oh my God. My, I wanted to be J-Lo from the Wedding Planner. I wanted
Oh,
to
you wanted to be
plan
a wedding
weddings.
planner.
Yeah. I wanted to
Okay.
be a wedding planner. I wanted to be J-Lo. I wanted to make bride's days perfect and like be the one to come in and like the birds sing and everything's all coordinated and beautiful. And I did
Delulu
it.
land.
I was a wedding planner for a few years. It's not that. You are the one that you get screamed at that it's
Mhm.
raining, that, the cake hasn't been delivered on time for wedding planners. It's very
Yeah,
stressful.
I would never want that. No, thank you. Too many
Uh-uh.
emotions going into that day.
But there's also like so many, like every weekend is like a different family dynamics. Like parents are divorced, grandparents are divorced. Like, who am I talking to and what am I allowed to talk to them about?
Don't say the
that
wrong thing.
that aunt over there, we don't don't listen. Don't listen to the aunt. And I'm like, what is going on? And we got like
Yeah.
girlfriends in the mix. One of the worst things is I did have a groom the night before.
His girlfriend got in the mix.
He kissed the sister. It was
Oh God.
bad. After the rehearsal dinner.
That's horrible. I hope she didn't marry him.
No, she didn't.
Yeah, I would have called that off real quick.
The best one was when I was pregnant with Aiden, and it was like a whole firefighters like wedding party, groomsmen, and it was on a golf cart. So they had a little pond, and they decided
Oh
like, oh,
God.
they're gonna go running down the hill into the pond. And I'm like the only manager on duty. I'm 6 months pregnant. I go waddling over there, and there's like six guys all in this pond, and I'm like, how am I gonna get them out? I'm like, someone told me something once. I'm like, guys, you're going to really want to get out of there. There's leeches. They ran so fast out of that pond.
Well, that's one way to get him out.
Yep, there's leeches. And then they stood there and like, check me, check me. I'm like, I'm not.
Were there really
Bye.
leeches or you just made that up?
Someone had told me there was you could get leeches, but it was what came to my mind was like,
How do I get him out of here quick?
yeah, I was like, I remember someone saying there was leeches. I don't know if it was true or not. So I went with it. It worked. Firefighters evacuated.
Whatever gets the job done.
So what did you think your dream job was going to be?
When I was a kid, because I don't know, I was always really into CSI and I thought I was going to be a crime scene investigator. And then I realized they don't make a lot of money. And I was like, oh no, that's not going to work for me. So I gave up that dream quickly. And I don't like blood. I'm grossed out easily. My stomach gets upset by smells. I wouldn't have made it.
My friend wanted to do that, so we were in middle school, so she went around with a camera and took pictures of roadkill like it was like a crime scene. It smelled so bad. I was like, I don't think we can hang out anymore.
Yeah, we can't be friends. I'm really sorry. Yeah, no, thank you. No.
I wouldn't have called that. I was waiting for you to say like a veterinarian
No,
or
I never wanted to go to school for 8 years. I thought that sounded horrible. I was very practical. I wanted to make a lot of money. I didn't want to go to school a lot of years. I honestly just was hoping I'd get discovered, but I can't sing. I'm not a model. I could probably act like Hollywood. There's still time. I could do it. I can't memorize lines, but I can make up my own.
Hey, I believe in you. Let's make it happen. You are a star.
I
You're our
know.
star.
I am a star. I tell myself that every day.
You should write a book.
I actually, funny story. When I was a kid, I had an overactive imagination. Like I had imaginary friends. Like I have an imagination on me to this day. It's not always good. And my mom, I had an imaginary friend and I talked to it a lot. Like Jenny. Jenny was my best friend. Whole story. My mom was obviously concerned about me. She's like, my daughter's a psycho. My doctor was like, no, she just has an overactive imagination. One day she'll probably like be a book author or something. Well, I'm not, but I could still write a book. I just don't sit down and take the time. But I have a lot of story ideas actually. So one day I might be on the New York selling best selling list.
Yeah, I think it's probably I could come up with a lot of like I don't know stories in my head. It's just like putting it on paper. That takes a lot of time.
If I took the effort, I probably could do it. I should have did it during COVID, but I just
Yeah.
didn't sit myself down to focus.
I feel like you would be a good author.
Yeah, I have the imagination for it. Trust me. There's a lot goes on.
But I feel like you should like mentor. I need like you are positive Patty. Like ever since I've met you, you are like it is pouring down the rain, and you're like at least we're cooling off for a little bit. Like you have like the best like mindset to everything, and I really appreciate that because I can be a negative Nancy.
No, you can't put it in the universe. You can't put negativity into the universe. I'm like a big, if you're in the barn or you're around my horses and you have a negative attitude, you have to go. Horses feed off of energy. And I think that's why I have a positive attitude because I've always ridden horses and like they feed off of your energy. They know if you're nervous or whatever. So I like to be positive, bright side, cups half full. You can't put it out in the universe if it's negative. You just have to manifest nice things.
Send me an outline of things I can do each morning to make myself feel and be better. Be a Dawnelle.
There's days I'm like, oh, a bridge would be really nice. But you know what? You just gotta, when things go wrong, that's why I don't plan though. I think that's why I stay positive because I don't
You
have
do.
plans because they always get ruined. So you just gotta go with it.
And I'm an over planner, overthinker. I want to make something's going to go wrong. So I'm going to have what I'm going to do if this scenario happens. And then I
No,
just screw everything up.
can't have a plan B. You just gotta, no plans. That's where you're going wrong.
Okay.
Wing it. Just wing it.
You're okay. I'm just going to wing everything. It's like those people are like, I'm only going to say yes today. I'm going to say
Yeah.
yes to everything.
I listen, when my niece went to college, I wrote her this like long list of things in college, like that you should experience and do. And one of them was like, don't have a boyfriend so you can say yes to everything. Like if someone asks you to a formal or someone asks you, like you want to go and experience those things because networking, you get to meet people. So I always said that. Always say yes.
Yeah,
If someone asks you to the, like to a mixer, just go. You never know who you're going to meet.
it's true. I love it. I'm going to be more like you, Donnell. That's my new strive. I might need some blonde hair.
There you go. It gives you the confidence. Maybe that's it.
You're
I
right.
think too highly of myself. Maybe that's the problem, but that's okay.
Hey,
I live a little in Delulu land, but it's a nice land to live in.
I like your land. You're happy. And you don't fluster easy.
No, stay delusional. I get annoyed easily, but it's just like it is what it is.
I know when you're annoyed. You just like kind of shut down. You get quiet.
Sometimes it's just like if I'm overstimulated too, I will just be like, okay, I need to just process. I'm easily overstimulated anymore. Like there's a
Well,
lot going on.
I overwhelm everybody I'm around. I'm trying to do better.
You got this.
It's so many thoughts.
I was going to say, you have a lot of thoughts. That's why.
Too many thoughts. And I open my mouth.
But that's how you got to get those thoughts out.
I know. I like to bounce them off people and everyone can be like, no, oh, maybe. But sometimes I just gotta,
You never know what might roll out.
I know.
So, since I grew up in racing, obviously that's how I got involved. What horse was your first, like, oh my God, I love racing and this is it for me?
So I was working at Preakness and I had probably been there a year and a half and I was like learning it, but I hadn't fell in love with it. But 2012, I'll have another. And it was just like a moment. Like I fell in love with that horse and the connections. And I don't know. The story with like the husband always wanting another cookie and asking his wife and saying, oh, I'll have another. And the horse was so sweet. I love that. And Doug back then, the trainer was bringing in the horses like a couple weeks early after the Kentucky Derby, so they could get acclimated. And I really thought that was cool because we got to learn the whole team.
Mhm.
So, and Doug's team's a lot of fun. So you got to go back in the barns, and like our office would help set up like their rooms, anything they needed, like their credentials, who's coming in, like our ops team kind of did everything for them. So I kind of fell in love with like the team, but really the horse and how he ran. And you could just tell that horse had so much heart in its run. It was really awesome. And then you had Lava Man. We had Lava Man come,
Mhm.
and it just was like I think it was like a whole group experience of like the connections, the trainer and his team, and Lava Man, and I'll have another. Just like I wanted in. It was like where I had the buy in. Like I felt like this was like there's stories like this around each horse, and I think it just like
Mhm.
clicked for me, and that's when I really like fell in love with the industry. And then we had California Chrome, of course, that came from California and that group. And I was like, this is cool. Like, this is not just a horse that is running, like, no personality, like, no, there's so much that goes into it. And I think that really just kind of gave me the story that each and every one of these horses has a story, has a team, has like this means something. And that's when I fell in love.
It's hard not to fall in love with this sport,
It is.
and especially with the horses. It's just hard not to fall in love.
I would want to go see him every day. And like, they'd let us come out. We get out of the office. It was like, I'd be running. I'd be running to the
Mhm.
barns to see the horses. And they were just always so nice and polite. And then, oh, we had the Clydesdales come, the Budweiser ones.
Oh yeah.
They were my therapy. They would let us like scratch them. We got to go behind the scenes. Like we actually got to like pet on them and love on them because I would show up with like, here's a bunch of Preakness classes, t-shirts, hats. Can I have my 30 minutes with the Clydesdales, please? And the dog.
That is. They're magnificent horses. It's crazy. The bigger the horse is, usually like they're gentle giants.
Puppy
Mhm.
dogs. I have so many selfies with the Clydesdales. I love them. But yeah, I just really, I fell in love with like the whole, I don't know, atmosphere,
Mhm.
the
Sure.
whole excitement that everybody had. It was cool.
It is.
I will never forget. I was like walking through one of my first Preaknesses. It was like after the barn party, because after Preakness, there's like always a big party at in the stakes barns. Everyone goes. Anyone's going. And Mucho Macho Man was like a big group of owners, and their horse didn't win, but they came parading down because my office was below the paddock, and you had to like walk down these stairs, and then it's literally right on, like, in the basement underneath the paddock. And you could go out and we have like a long hallway. I hear like 20 people having a conga line in the hallway. And then there's, oh, mucho macho man. I got to be a mucho macho man. And they're like singing, happy, bottles of alcohol, throwing them in the air. I'm like, where's this Congo line going? I'm done. I'm going with them. I'm done doing whatever I need to do. It's over. Work day's over. I'm following these guys. They're having a great time. So it's just fun. It's fun to see. And that made me like fall in love with the whole thing, like the behind the scenes of it. Like it's not
Yep.
just like they lost. They were having the best time of their lives, loving life. And that's cool. I like that.
Yep. You got to enjoy all the moments,
Do you have a horse you fell in love with?
all of them.
True.
Yeah. I don't know, we've had a lot of horses over the years that you never want to part with. I would say my first favorite horse ever was he was a homebred. His name was El Cuque. My dad had him. He then my sister ended up training him. He was in an adios elimination actually, and the trip just didn't end up working out for him to make it to the adios. But it was cool just to be in an elimination and have that opportunity. But he was a really cool horse. And then obviously I've talked about Reggie Raider a lot. That probably will forever be my heart horse. But Maybe one day I'll get them back, those damn claimers, but
That's heartbreaking.
that's the name of the game. I mean, you put them in there,
Mhm.
that's just what you have to do.
Is there like a favorite like race day experience that was like something that just will forever be in your mind?
I think when I was younger, Adios, and even to this day, Adios at the Meadows, since growing up there, it's a special day. And it used to be even bigger back in the day. Like the backside would be filled with tents, and my parents had the cafeteria there. So they would like cook, and you would sit on the backside of the hill and you'd watch the races, and the whole Adios atmosphere for horsemen. Like it's a fun party day, but it's like the biggest race there. So like that atmosphere when you were a day, like everyone, no matter if what beef you had the day before, everyone got along on Adios Day. Everyone enjoyed the day. Everyone hung out together. So that was just like, even now, like Adios Day is still, everyone hangs out after. It's a day that everyone gets along. Everyone's happy on Adios Day.
They really are.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures of like that field or that hill just covered in
Oh,
blankets.
it used to be insane.
And it was everybody from like the barn area, right?
Yeah, everyone from the barn area would bring their family back there, set up a tent. You could grill out, you could bring your own drinks, whatever you wanted to do. And people did. They enjoyed the whole day.
It was like a tailgate.
It really was.
Why did it stop?
I don't know, like a lot of people, the casino was built, so there's more places to go
Mm,
over there and enjoy the drinks and the DJ. They do a bigger party now, so everyone goes over to the other side. Hmm.
oh, that is fun. I
Yeah.
have to say, like, my most memorable one was I actually was working at Preakness for American Pharaoh winning. And it was probably the most intense, craziest moment of my life. I put it up like it was insane. So we knew American Pharaoh was a beast and he was going to make it. And one of my jobs at Preakness, because we're such like a small little legit group that just worked on Preakness, was to be up in the owners' boxes for the Preakness race, make sure it gets cleared, make sure that no one that doesn't have the right credentials there. And we also label the boxes with like the horse's post position. And they're only like supposed to have like 4 or 5 seats in those boxes. So there's two of us, and it's chaos because they saddle out on the turf track and then they come up, and then all these connections. You can come up if you're a connection, you just can't sit in the seat and you have to be in the back. I was told by my old boss, president of the Maryland Jockey Club, which he now is in PA, Tom Chukas, that I stay up there and I was his little pit bull because I didn't
Oh
take no
God.
crap. I would kick you out in the nicest way, and then I'd kick you out again in an even nicer way. So I got people out. I was very good. I was a like a bodyguard. So we also have NBC Sports there. They are trying to get their cameras. I'm also trying to keep them out of the way. You have your jockeys right there on the jockeys porch who are all like sitting on the ceiling and that are in the race, watching everything. So I got to watch for those little guys that are jumping around like little monkeys because they jump up on the roof. I'm like, you know how old this building is? I can't deal with you. But so America Pharaoh, I put myself there. I got to get them across this like little tiny bridge in front of the jockey's porch, and then down these super super steep like flight of stairs, and it looks like it's gonna pour. We get done the whole saddling part. The sky has turned black. The wind is picking up. I am freaking scared. I'm hearing thunder behind me, and it just downpours. And I'll never forget, Gabby Gaudette was in like, she was doing, her camera stuff. They had a little tent right next to us on the jockey's porch where they were actually doing some of the filming in between the races. And the governor was already in the seat because he sits up there with the owners and his wife. And his wife, we had no cover. His wife just looked at me and I looked at Gabby and I'm like, Gabby, can the governor come with you? Gabby's like, yeah. So his wife, the governor's wife, was very appreciative, Governor Hogan at the time. And yeah, I had beautiful feathers in my hat. All of my feathers were in front of my face, all of them. And then it's me, and I hired my friend Kayla, because she would come on the week of, as she worked with me through weddings. This girl can do anything. She's a good soldier to have on a team. So she was always up there with me, and I would just tell her where to stand and what to do. Like, don't let anybody sit here. We go down the steps, and the connections from the American Pharaoh are so excited. And there's an aunt. I would say she was in her 40s, 50s, beautifully dressed, Louis Vuitton red bottom shoes. First time I ever saw red bottom shoes. I was really worried about getting the two ladies down these very steep steps in these shoes, but they don't lay down the tramp, and it just poured. American Pharaoh wins. Everyone's going crazy. It's like torrential poured. So as soon as you stepped onto that dirt, your foot went in all the way in. And I was in like little flat sandals. She wouldn't take off her shoes.
I wouldn't either.
Me and Kayla stuck our hands under, like cheerleading style, like one arm around my neck, one arm around Kayla's neck, and she lifted up her feet behind her, and we like flew her across the dirt track. And we were starting to struggle because our feet were so caked with mud about halfway through. And then finally, I think it had to be like her husband or her brother or someone like realized like, oh, we forgot like Auntie back there. And these two girls are literally like trying to carry her across. It was so bad.
We're like, we got to get to the winner's circle.
Well, we had to. It's live TV. You have no choice. You have to get to, like, you can't let anybody stop for interviews, because that's usually our job, is like making sure no one stops and asks the connections questions before, like, we got to get the horse rents. We're on live TV. We are on a time. Like, you're not asking nothing. And then we get across, and I look at my hand, and Kayla looks at her hand, and we have all these little deodorant balls.
At least she had deodorant on.
She smelled amazing. Amazing. She was so funny. She hugged and she kissed us. I had like lipstick on my face. I remember that because after I used the water bottle to wash my hands, they asked if I wanted to get the lipstick off. I said, no, I'm wearing that all night.
I'll keep it.
That is, he's going to win the Triple Crown. He's going to win the Triple Crown. That horse is amazing. I'm keeping her lipstick on my face. That is a connection. I'm not washing it.
That's amazing. Oh my God.
So I think between the storm, dealing with the governor, dealing with the connections, it being like a horse that just won both races, I hadn't, you come close, but you don't usually get there. And that horse ran amazing. It was just amazing to see in person. And then you also had kids running all over the place trying to exit the infield.
Typical.
It was a good day. I like that day. I like thinking that was also the first Preakness Aiden ever went to.
Aw.
Yay. Hopefully we have another Triple Crown winner.
It's fun. I think it's cool though when it's a lot of years in between. Like if you did have it every year, it wouldn't be special. So I like when there's a nice gap and then you're like, this is the year that it's going to happen. That's what makes it special.
Because I had worked at Preakness 3 years, and I don't know how many old men I talked to and people like, there's never going to be another Triple Crown. They don't make horses like that anymore that can do it. There's never going to be one. There's never going to be one unless they change it. And I'm like, and then American Pharaoh came, and it was like, oh. So I like that horse. That was a fun time. His connections were nice too. Justified's connections were great too. I like them. Justify brought like a whole entire RV they hung out in.
Well, when you're racing in that big of a race, I would, one, hope you're nice, and two, would hope that you're appreciative of being there.
Some are not nice. And then there's some that are great.
You have that in everywhere.
I just treat them all like brides and mothers of the bride.
Just shove them along.
I love you, but you're not going to be able to sit in this seat. I'll let you sit here for 3 more minutes, and then you're going to have to get up.
Move it along.
Yep. So I was lovingly referred to as the pit bull. And every year, NBC threatened to fire me. or I would be fired. I'm like, I'm just doing what my boss told me to do.
Do my job.
Keep the walkways clear. Keep the walkways clear.
A beautiful usher.
Someone had to do it.
Now we're here. Now we're here filming podcasts. So that's what matters.
Exactly.
Heck yeah.
The favorite memory I have with you at a racetrack is the wiener dog races for the pink out in the pouring rain.
Oh, the pink out wasn't the wiener dog races. That was the mini pony races. And it downpoured right as the ponies came out to the track. And they were like, oh, do you want to wait? Do you want to wait? And I was like, no, run these things off. And then as soon as they ran off, the rain ended up stopping. But right as the ponies came out, ponies are harder to usher than wiener dogs. I wouldn't recommend it.
I knew it was a race. I just couldn't remember which one. But what I do remember is you were cool as a cucumber, laughing your butt off, and you're going, we're doing it. We're doing it. And then you took off your shoe and you poured it. You had like loafers on and you poured out all the water.
Oh, I was drenched. I was a drowned rat. But yeah, I'm not one to ever get worked up or stressed out. I always tell myself like things will work out the way they're supposed to. So if an event doesn't run smoothly, I tried my best.
It was cute.
I try to make things go, but can't control the rain.
No, it was a great day.
Oh yeah, it turned out well. We raised a lot of money, so that's what mattered. And horse people, like mini pony people, they're used to being out in elements, so they all handled it well. No one complained. That's part of having horses. You're going to get rained on. You won't melt. You'll be all right.
We were all laughing. It was funny. It was fun.
It was a good day.
Well, I think this has been fun. We've bonded. This was better than therapy.
Welcome to our solo episode. I hope everyone enjoyed it.
It either bored your ears off or you might have laughed a little, learned a little more.
You might want to hang out with us now.
Hey,
people are probably going to come hang out with us, so it's fine.
Let's go grab a beer. Let's talk shop. Let's talk horses.
Ashley's really looking for someone to talk horses with, so please someone help her.
Please apply, email me. I can't wait. We're going to have you onto the show. It will be like a dating game.
I know. We'll introduce you on the show if you come on.
Yeah. Find me a degenerate pal.
She just wants a friend to talk racing with. It's not too much to ask.
No one wants to talk racing with me at home. Well, it's been fun, Dawnelle. Thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll talk later on this afternoon when we go back to work.
Yep. We'll see everyone next time on the next episode of Hot to Trot.
Thanks for listening, and thank you to the Standardbred Breeders of Pennsylvania for sponsoring Hot to Trot. We'll see you next time.